I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 6 light tank, the vk28.01. This is one of my favorite Tier 6 vehicles, as it is quite the effective scout killer when it comes to the matchmaking it has. It excels in that area for the most part, and it's a okay scout as well at the same time. It's not the best nor good, but it's very good when it comes to killing other light tanks as well. This vehicle, from playing it, I find that if you want to do well in the vehicle, you have to play it very aggressively and carefully if you desire to do well in it. Let's get to the vehicle stats now. The vehicle stats. They are not that good nor bad. Hit point wise, 610 hit points though, which is a good amount though. You can take a few hits and survive still. Watch out for vehicles that can one-shot you. This vehicle weighs about 29 tons maximum. My setup it is under 27 tons. The top engine, it's a 650 horsepower engine, which will make the tank quite the mobile light tank. Watch out for the engine fire, though, at 20%. The horsepower to ton ratio is quite good, at 24 horsepower to 1 ton, which will allow you to easily reach the 68 kilometers mark whenever you are going downhill only. Besides that, you can easily reach 40 to 50 kilometers most of the time. The hull and turret reverse is good. The hull 46, turret 40. The armor is completely rubbish though, as every single round can penetrate the tank. Due to the angling in the front, you may ricochet around once in a while, but everything will penetrate you. I also would like to point out, due to the thin armor of the vehicle, the crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. The gun I am using, it's a 10.5 centimeter howitzer, which is used on other mediums as well. This vehicle is quite good with this gun. As long as you are a mobile light tank, get flanking shots with HE and heat, you can do a lot of damage within a match with this gun. Same thing for the long 75mm gun. The gun have a decent rate of fire. The pen is completely rubbish, but if you can hit the weak parts, you can do a good amount of damage. This is a potential high damage per a minute gun though. The accuracy is terrible, 0.55, and the aiming time is a bit long, but it is not that bad compared to other gun aiming time. The gun depression for both of the guns are quite good. 10 degrees downward, so you can hill fight with this if you must, and the gun elevation is good, 20 degrees up. I generally find the 10.5 centimeter howitzer is a very good scout killer, as most scouts have thin armor to begin off with. The view range is good as well, at 390 meters. When you add in binocular telescopes, coded optics, and the crew perks, you can easily reach 450 meters view range. The signal radio is quite good. The radio will allow you to remain in contact with your team up to 710 meters. For the most part, you can remain in contact with your team. Now let's cover the research part. The vehicle research is an easy tank to go through, especially if you went down the medium or the TD line. The only thing you have to research is the tracks and the turret upgrade. That is it. To mount all of the equipment, you need to get the top pair of tracks. From the first to the second, you will have a better hull traverse from 42 246 with the loader limit increase as well. Engines. The first engine, it is good enough to make the vehicle mobile, but the second engine, that extra 100 horsepower will make this tank into a mobile scout killer even more. Also, you can get this on the Panzers, the TDs, and any vehicle that uses this as well. The radio, the FUG-12, you would have this already unlocked as it is usable on other vehicles as well. You can actually just go through this vehicle and get the SP1C right away after researching the top engine though. The howitzer you will be using, you will have to research the top turret. From the off A to the off B turret to use the top gun, the howitzer, you will get slightly better view range and more hit points as well, and better gun handling stats as well. The two gun you will be using is the same 75mm gun, which is usable on other mediums as well. This is a okay gun to use, but I find whenever you're facing tier 8s and 9s, this gun is not that effective though, but it's still a viable gun to use if you like the better pen, faster rate of fire, a bit more accuracy, and the aiming time being better though. But the only downside I can see using this gun, unless if you are very good at using it, it may not have the best damage per a minute output. Unlike this howitzer here, which have not as good rate of fire, the pen is worse, but if you can get good damage rolls with this, you can potentially do the same amount of damage or even more with this howitzer. Both of these guns are good to use though, but I find whenever you are facing vehicles that are TL6 plus that have a lot of armor, I find you need to fire a lot of premium ammo if you want to pen the vehicle, as these are tier 5 guns, and you are going to be facing up against TL6 that are heavily armored, TL7, 8s, and 9 as well, as this is a scout tank after all. Now, let's cover the vehicle pros and cons. Now, let's cover the pros and cons. As a tier 6 vehicle, you will be getting yourself into a tier 6 to a tier 9 match maximum, which means no matter what the matchmaking you get, you can do well enough if you play the vehicle aggressively enough. Because I find if you want to do well in the vehicle, you have to play it quite aggressively though. Now, how do you play the vehicle? This is a very good scout at times, a good flanker slash support vehicle, a good scout killer as well, and if you are planning to use the L48 gun here, it is not that bad of a sniper as well. Now, what is good about the vehicle? It is quick, mobile, and have potentially a good damage per a minute gun when it comes to being a light tank. Now, what is bad about the vehicle? Due to the thin armor, the crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. And the vehicle can be killed easily enough as every single ammo type in the game can penetrate this vehicle armor. But once you get over the vehicle pros and cons, the vehicle is quite good. Now, let's cover the equipment, consumables, and the ammo layout you're going to be using. Especially for this howitzer, I prefer over the L48 gun. Consumables first. I would go with a first aid kit, a repair kit, and a manual fire extinguisher. Both of the guns carry a lot of ammo. The howitzer is able to use up to 42 rounds of ammo, which is a lot. So running out of ammo is not an issue with the gun. I would put all of my ammo, a healthy mix of heat and HE. You can use AP if you want to, but it is up to you. As I find AP, it is only effective against others than the armored vehicles though. As long as you are using heat and HE, you will be causing crew and module damage as well. Now, the equipment. You can choose whichever one suits your preference more. The enhanced gunning drive, not a bad idea if you want to decrease the aiming time, to increase the view range, go with coated optics or binocular telescopes, to decrease the loading time even more, use the gun rammer. Camouflage net is not a bad idea, but due to the size of the vehicle, it have a decent camo rating at best. And then, lastly enough, vents, just to improve the overall tank performance and get a crew bonus as well. I have a replay to show you how well you can do in the vk28 when you are playing it quite aggressively. Let's go to that replay now.
This replay, I will show you how well the vk28 can do whenever you are playing very aggressively. I find this vehicle, you have to play it very aggressively if you want to do well in it. I am in a platoon with Czar and a cop within our TR6 scouts. I have a look to see where I am needed most. I'm going to the bottom corner of the map. This vehicle, I am using the howitzer on it, the 10.5mm gun. This is a very good gun, as you will see in this replay when I go up against other lightly armored vehicles. I managed to evade enemy fire. I will be helping Czar a bit. Now I am playing a risky game of peekaboo here, helping Czar out. Now I have a cop and Czar as backup. I got hit by something there. I fell back to make sure I do not get hit anymore. Heat, as good as it is, I have problem with it when I am going up against a heavily armored vehicle when I come to the side or rear or front of the vehicle armor. Heat is quite handy still, as it has the best pen though. And most vehicle it can pen with the ammo type. A M4 on the other side of the map hit me, and it injured my loader. I cannot have that, so I fixed him all up and right. Now, this T21, when a cop get into a position, me and him are going after this vehicle. I got a nice high roll there. I am being very careful as I approach this corner, using the terrain to my advantage. Once I am in secure cover, I I tried to aim at the VK. Got a lucky shot there. Could have had missed it quite easily. Doing a good high roll there. Now I am on very low health, being too aggressive here. This is where I change my tactics. To speed this up, I am using my speed to get to a flanking position. After seeing I cannot hit anything across the map there, and they have that handled, I took the long way about to shoot at the M4 and the T-43. Now, this is where heat, no matter how good it is on the vehicle, it will cause you problems. It ricocheted off. I am trying to shoot the side to set it on fire. And it ricocheted again. This is where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. I did about 1,800 damage in this vehicle while getting 2 kills. Let's go to the garage now.
Let's do a brief recap on the vk28. The vehicle itself, it is not a bad tank, nor a good one if you are comparing it to the other tier 6 light tanks. This vehicle is quite the effective scout killer, as long as you can penetrate other thinly armored light tanks as well. This vehicle, as the pen is not that good, you will have problem penning heavily armored tier 6 to tier 9 vehicles. So, knowing the weak parts, getting the flanking shots to the side and rear is quite vital if you want to do well in the vehicle. The vehicle is quite a good vehicle to use once you have gotten used to the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses as well. The vehicle, no matter which gun you use, if you play it quite carefully, you can do quite well in it, as it have potentially a good damage per minute gun. But remember, this is a thinly armored vehicle, so you have to play it quite carefully, as it can be killed easily enough. Overall, this vehicle is not a bad light tank, nor bad, but if you learn how to play it right, you can do quite well in the vehicle. I hope that you learned a thing or two about the vk28 and how to use it properly. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.